So Lamrim, since Lama Desha taught the Lamrim, the Lamrim, title Lamrim, that happened. So there's an order, or these condensed the whole Dharma in the syllable, in the order, the less vehicle and great vehicle, Mahana path, the great vehicle, the Mahana Tantra. So set up in order for one person to achieve, set up gradual practice for one person to achieve enlightenment, to achieve Buddhahood. So that you have to go like that. Otherwise, you do only what you like, meditate only what you like. Yes, you're doing commitment. You do the commitment what initiation the Lama gave. Well, that's a good one. You do commitment. That's a good one. Because that leaves a lot of imprint to the mind. It's a good one. But you say meditation only what you like. The Lamrim, only what you like. You don't like, you don't think. So there's no way to complete Tantra practice, because Lamrim, you don't go order, you don't go in order, just only like what you like. So there's no way. So three principal aspects path to enlightenment here doesn't happen. It's only on the book, not in your heart, not in your heart. It will never happen. Only you meditate only what you like. Not that which is said in order, you don't do that. So even you meditate in Tantra, some beginning realization, but not complete. I don't think you can have a clear light, transcendental wisdom of great bliss. Non-dual, the emptiness. I don't think you all have clear light. I don't think you have clear light without Lamrim, without three principal aspects of enlightenment. I don't think you have clear light. I don't think you can achieve clear light in the illusory body. No way. No way. No way. Then, if you can achieve that without the three principal aspects of path to enlightenment, if you can actualize the clear light in this body, then you will be able to achieve enlightenment without Lamrim. You understand? You understand the point? And I don't think Hindus just mentioned on the Hindu. You can bring Kundalini up. That does happen, but I'm not sure what is inside. What is inside the channel? I'm not sure. Inside the center channel. To bring up to the center channels, I don't think so. That I think I doubt. Does have something like that, but yeah, I mean, to experience, to clear light, and the extremely subtle mind to be the direct. I mean to be able to those functions, and there's the bodhicitta has to shoot inside to the center channel. Then it is good in the heart chakra and all that. So if you are able to exercise clear-light illusory body, and then in the Hindu, then you will able to, then I guess then you will able to achieve the unification, then the unification, learning, unification, normal learning. You see, if you're able to do that, rather, so that's not, you never heard. So there. So you see, there is no basis, there is no Lamrim, because you have a renunciation to, because see the suffering, desire realm, nature of suffering, form realm, nature of suffering, formless realm, nature of suffering, but only the last one, you see, the top of the tip of the samsara, the infinite sky, infinite curtains, and nothingness, and tip of the samsara. So, in the Hindu way, how to meditate, how to look at the nature of suffering is different by analyzing the present, the next stage has more peace than the present stage, what you achieve. So it's only by comparing, so then achieve the samsara, there's no higher stage in samsara, and then achieve the samsara. So then there's no way to realize that nature of suffering. So it's a different way of meditating through the Ichitu. Six analysis sort of, you go through that, you achieve the firm contemplation, something firm contemplation, then you achieve the form realm, through the samatha, thing samadhi, so if you need the 9 stages, before you get to burn the form realm. Then through Ichitu, then through that we achieve the four firm contemplation, then you enter, then you get bored, even the inner bliss, inner happiness derived through meditation, you get bored, and then they like the fourth one, so then you see your get bored, then none of that, into equilibrium. And then from that, then you go to a formless realm. So that. So there's no total renunciation of samsara. There's no total renunciation of samsara, seeing the whole entire samsara. Suffering is don't have. So you see, the one religion that has some meditation is the Hindu, but it doesn't have it. So of course there's no bodhicitta. There's no bodhicitta, of course. Then there's no emptiness. So no Triprasapata. There's no kasuri. Especially the Prasangika's view, the subtle dependent arising unified with the emptiness. Emptiness is that, and that is the emptiness. So especially that, which is the only one, which right view is the only one that eliminates the root of samsara, that eliminates the root of samsara, the ignorance, you are root of samsara, the ignorance holding the eye. Oh, sorry. It has never been real. It has never been truly existent. It's never been existed from its own side. It never by itself. It has never been real. Whatever every day what we talk. From beginning lesson. From beginning it never been. But then always appear to our hallucinatory mind, and then always believe, hold, truly existent, real. So the root, talking the subtle gacha, not really labeled my mind. That Prasangika, Sautandrika view, which I think correct. And that is exactly subtle object of repetition. That's exactly the subtle object of repetition according to Prasangika school. So then not existing merely labeled by mind, but it's labeled by mind, but there's something from its own side, something slight, existing from its own side, something slight. That's a little one. That little one is labeled by mind, but there's something slight from its own side. You see, that blocks. Then that blocks to realize the emptiness, Prasangika's view, emptiness. The only one which totally sees the root of samsara, your ignorance, the holding the eye truly existence, and the aggregate as well. So according to Sarah Che Yikja, the Chiji Jalchan, then the aggregate, the ignorance holding the aggregate as a truly existent or as a real from its own side. So that you see, so that so that don't have emptiness. So we see the right view. So that's what is missing in the rest of all the religion in the world. Rest of all the religion in the world. That's what is missing. Of course, you can say, as Sonnen said, of course, all religion. Sonnen says every religion. No, his only says major religion. You have to understand what it means major. You have to understand major religion, not somebody created something. What's the word? Cold. Not saying that. Major religion like this been 100,000 years ago in the world. So see, major Sam, the way Sonnen says Sam, having compassion, having loving kindness to others. You see, having Sam, like that. Yes. You see, of course, that means people who follow religion. And in reality, has to be that. You see, not harm others. You have loving compassion, loving kindness, compassion towards others. In religion, so that's what it means. See, but now if you analyze, if you if you analyze, if you talk about view, then it's different. Even among the Buddhists, the 4 different schools, there are many different views. Even 4 different schools of Buddhist philosopher, 4 schools, many different views. Even among the Buddhists. This is without talking without talking that just 4 Buddhist schools that Buddha was in India there. So that, not talking about view, but conduct, So conduct is compassion to others, then to not harm and benefit, you see. And then reason is because dependent arising. The view is a dependent arising. Buddhist view is a dependent arising. So there's a connection with that. So it's very interesting. I should mention there, but you see, it's very interesting. Even in Hindu, since devotion to the Guru, seems even in Hinduism, it's very necessary, because we have one older member of Maitreya Project, Buddha, very older member, is a professor of Magadha University. He was able to, his Guru taught, and he was able to bring Kundalini up to the heart. He was able to bring Kundalini, taught by his Guru. I think I don't know sadhu or not, but yeah. But one day he heard the Guru has killed one man. He heard his Guru has killed one man. Heard this. Then he lost faith. Then he is unable to bring the Kundalini up from the heart. Oh, like that. You see, he told me. Oh, even in Hindu, you see that devotion to the Guru seems very, not from Buddhist, but Hindu, even in Hindu, very important. So he was able to bring up to the heart, but from the heart, he can't bring. He can't bring the Kundalini. And even in Hindu like this, you can see the importance, see, like that. How your attainment, even in Hindu, to do with your to do the kasuri. Yeah, I think, to do with your pure mind, your, devotion. That's very interesting subject. Very interesting, you see. So it's not just, so therefore, it's not just blah, 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 Meraba, Tibetan Lama, or for their trip, Tibetan Lama's trip. So it's not just that. It's from Buddha Bhajdara, from Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. You can see when you start Tantra Sutra, there you can see. So there's full of quotations, and that it's not just Tibetan Lama trick. So that's just a matter of this Guru thing, you see. They correct the following words of friend. I mean, it comes at the very beginning of Lamrim, Lama Tsongkhapa. But in the Kaitu Nyingma, it comes after after samsara. After talking about samsara nature, then comes Guru. But the Lama Tsongkhapa is the first one. So make sure they know what's the most important in the life. What's the most important life for the success, achieving enlightenment, make them to know. So explain all the outline, of the subject, you see. How to look at the Guru and then how you can see all that, all the outline, you see. So beginning with the eight benefits, eight benefits, correctly following words of friend, and eight shortcomings, then not following. After you found the Guru, then not following mistakes. So that then about how you can develop the devotion and the four major outlines. The Guru is Buddha, promised by Bhattacharya. And the Guru is doer of all the Buddha's holy action. So Guru is embodiment of that, we see. Doer of the whole Buddha's action. Even nowadays, Bodhisattvas working for something, even nowadays. So working for you, so the message. So this, the Gurus, who was I mean, yeah, in Tibet, you see, you count even the who teach alphabet to you. You see, then from there you can read the whole text and can understand. You see that. So through every realization, subdue the delusion, then you become enlightened. So, all transformation commentaries, so sutra, granting vows, then giving, then tantra is giving then the Kasuri commentary tantra instructions, Lung, sorry. So that you see, so, yeah. Now, the last very powerful one is nothing definite in your vision. In your vision, nothing definite. So, in your vision, seeing ordinary doesn't mean ordinary in reality. So they remember that I explained the shooting the Mara Garavantu, then shoot the 5 errors of delusion. Then you see, I explained that the Maras, they show aspect of Buddha's kind of science show, rotating something, show aspect of Buddha, kind of that, you see. But actually Mara showing So you get so much pride and oh, I've seen Buddha. There's so much pride, and I'm thinking, I'm great. I'm like very, something very special or something. Then that destroys yourself, destroys your development. You're developing your mind, the path it stops. It hinders. So Maras, they try to, yeah. So even that, for example. So I mentioned that. I mentioned what to do if something like that happens. Whether it's real or not. I mentioned that at that time. So anyway, but I thought like this. For Westerners, you explain this first. What comes at the end, you bring that first. You bring up that first. And that one is the first thing, most powerful. So there are many stories, many examples. So, or that first. Then next one is Buddha Sabha. So now, even nowadays, working for you. Working for sentiment, working for you. So no one else except this. If you practice this, then that brings you to enlightenment. Otherwise, it seems, there's a Buddha working, there's Buddha, but actually who brings to enlightenment is these gurus. But there's Buddha, but hidden, but you don't see it. It's like God, you see? It's like God. There's Buddha, but you can't describe. No connection, no nothing. It's like people talk about God. So actually, these ordinary gurus bring you to enlightenment. They keep teaching all the guidance, all the shorter whole path brings to enlightenment. Actually, work is they do that, this thing, but they're not Buddha. So Buddha is somewhere. Where's Buddha? Buddha is somewhere else. So it becomes the same as the people talk about God. No, nothing. It becomes like that. And by checking our mind, it's like that. Who actually does the work for you, bring to enlightenment? That's ordinary being. But this Buddha somewhere, not sure where. So some of the people in the world talking about God, this becomes same. This is what I think. This is very strange. One who does the action of Buddha, not Buddha, but Buddha is somewhere. Buddha is somewhere. It becomes only belief. There's no Buddha, but it's only belief. It's kind of like that, you see. It's no Buddha. Very strange. Very strange.